Alrighty guys, welcome back to welcome back to the series Intro to Mobile Application Development for Behavioral Scientists. This is our 10th tutorial, and we're continuing from our last video where we designed our first XAML type project in a portable a PCL type approach. And we just oriented to how what was on the emulator related to what's on this XAML file. And just as a recap, we noted that in our Droid project that we launched the emulator, it loads up this app class, which refers to this app XAML file, and behind every XAML file, there's this code behind, which also offers a little bit of code that might relate to this XAML file. We saw that our XAML file in our app file, it is specified that the main page to start with is this main page class. And if we go in here, we see that we have the XAML file and this XAML.cs file behind it. If we poke into the XAML.cs file, what we see is there's only a constructor and this initialize component command. Now this should always be in the constructor of a XAML file, because this is just instructions to Xamarin to say, all right, take all these, whenever you create this class, reference back to the rest of the file to build everything. This references this file because we see it here, it's a partial class. There's more than just what's here. So when this loads up, we see that it's going to put together whatever is in this file. So if we see we have our doc type up here, this is an XML file. We don't really have to pay attention to the version or encoding, not yet. And up here we see in this little sign here, it's a content page. And if you remember back to our last project, that was the type of class we used to make a page. So this XAML file is a recipe for a content page. And in here, there are a couple of namespaces. This refers to our namespace for our project name, tutorial. We're still working with the last project, number 9. And this one just specifies the class. This is our project, and this is the actual class, which is the name of this main page. Right here. If we were to look just at what's in this content page, we see that it's just this label. And like the last tutorial, we saw that vertically it's right in the center, and horizontally it's in the center as well. And that lines up with how we saw it on the emulator before. So in this tutorial, we're just going to poke around and see what we could put in to this XAML file. Visual Studio is very helpful that it gives quite a bit of hinting in putting these like specifying what else to put in here. So if we start writing and we start saying like color, maybe like text color. We could drop a letter, and we see that instead of writing through code, oftentimes we have this nice selection to pick maybe one of these pre-made colors. Let's say we want this to be lime. Just like the code file, if things don't look quite right, Visual Studio will hint to you that something might not be looking too good. But it looks like things are okay. So let's try to just rebuild that real quick. We see our little icon here that things are building. All right, things succeeded. We're going to deploy it to our emulator and see what we get. Now we see before it was this default grayish kind of Android color. But now we see since we modified the text color to lime, we see that the text has changed its form to represent that. That's not, no. The color is a little bit too much for me, so what we'll do is we'll change that back to black. And what we'll do is we'll change text, size, font size. And let's give it 32. We'll bump up that size. We'll see what that looks like. So now we see that the text size bumped up a bit, and the text color is now this black color. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Right now, we're probably about flush to where we were with the last approach, which was a blank C# app. I think for now, since most of the folks are probably going to be starting with 2017, I'm probably going to opt to make everything the XAML type approach moving forward, just so that it's a little bit easier on the new users. But we can revisit the blank app approach at a later time if other people are interested in that. So until next time, everybody keep an eye on the website and subscribe to the channel, and we'll pick up next time.